Okay, hi guys, and welcome to this week's vlog. This week's vlog is going to be a little different. It's kind of not going to be a vlog at all. We are going to answer some questions because I feel like I've never really formally introduced myself, which it's kind of late because I've been doing YouTube for 3 years. So, okay, this first question is kind of a no-brainer. It says, who was the last person you held hands with? Justin. Outside of Justin, who's the last person I held hands with? Probably Naya. No, Haley. Yeah, Haley was the last person I held hands with. I don't know why we were holding hands. We were at work, but we were holding hands. So she's the last person I held hands with outside of Justin. Are you loud, outgoing, or shy? I feel like it varies. I feel like whenever I'm around people that I'm comfortable with, I'm always trying to bring them out of their shell. But if I'm around people that are extroverts, I immediately return to my base of being a shy person, because I love to people watch. I love to see how people react to different things. That's why I love being friends with extroverts, because it's I don't have to talk all the time. That's another reason that I love being friends with Naya, because Naya will talk and talk and talk and talk. Even if you don't know her, Naya is going to talk to you like y'all have been friends for 45,000 years. She is going to get to know everything about you that very first time that y'all meet. And so when Naya is around, I don't really feel the need to constantly fill the void with conversation. I can just kind of sit and be there. But when I'm with my family, most of us, with the exception of my brother, most of us are just very calm, very quiet, very speak when spoken to. So it's when I'm around shy people, I'm more outgoing and crazy, dancing, singing, getting people to do crazy stuff. But when
around other people, too quiet.
Yeah, I think I'm shy, y'all. Yeah. And that's probably weird, because it's Jay, we see you every single week and you always have a camera in your face. True.
If y'all see her in person, she unless y'all talk to her, she's not gonna speak.
Mm-mm.
I would.
But I obviously wouldn't know y'all. Does that make sense?
That makes sense, but I'll speak.
Yeah, because it's usually people will see me and they'll be like, no, that's not Jay. But I'm always with Justin, they be like, oh, shy, that's Jay. Y'all can always come up and speak to me. I love talking to y'all. Y'all are the best. But overall, the answer to that question, I think I'm shy more than anything else. Who are you looking forward to seeing? My family. So we have a Disney trip that is coming up the end of August, the beginning of September. And I am so excited. It's going to be me, Justin, my mom, my aunt Nisha, my brother, my sister, my grandma, and Tim. I am so excited for that. We've never taken a family vacation, just the 8 of us before, so I'm really excited to do that. We were supposed to do a family trip in May, but it just didn't align with everybody's schedule and school and work and blah blah blah. And so we were gonna take this Disney trip. I really was advocating for a Disney trip, but everyone's that's too expensive. It's a lot. We got school, we got this, we got that. So I was okay, what if Justin and I pay for all of it and y'all just pay for your flights or however you choose to get down here? And everybody's you know what? Suddenly my schedule is completely open. Suddenly I'm completely free. So we paid for the Airbnb, the tickets to Disney World for all 8 of us, and then the tickets to Volcano Bay and the Sprinter van so that all of us can ride together. So yeah, I'm really excited to see all of them, because I don't really get to see my family very often. My grandparents live in Mobile, my mom, my brother, my sister, and my aunt all live in Seattle. So I don't get to see them very, very often. So it'll be really nice to be able to spend time with them. So that's what I'm looking forward to seeing. Are you easy to get along with? I feel like I am easy to get along with up until you piss me off. And realistically, you have one time to piss me off and you are dirt on the bottom of my shoe. I will never talk to you ever again. And Justin knows I hold a mean ass grudge. I will hold a grudge to the end of the earth. To the end of the earth. Now, there are some people that I used to have a grudge against that I don't. Number one, my girl Zaria. Me and Zaria, when I first started working in labor and delivery as a nurse extern, for whatever reason, Zaria did not like me. She did not like me. She did not like me. She did not like me. Now, all of a sudden, we best friends, and her kids are my nephews. I don't, there's no possible way that you could have told me that whenever I met Zaria and we were in the throes of not liking each other, that I would be at her house. I would be at her second son's first birthday party. What? We would be getting our hair done together. But that's my girl, and I love her. Now some other bitches on the block I don't fuck with. At all. But I feel like I'm very easy to get along with. Just don't piss me off. But I feel like that's for anybody. I feel like that's not an insane thing to say. Like, up until you piss me off, and you have to work real hard for me to say, I'm holding a grudge against you, I don't like you, and I wish you nothing but the worst in life. Like you really have to take a bitch there. For real. Like, you really got to take me there. And there's some people that have taken me there. It's quite a few bitches on that list. But if I don't like you, I won't talk to you. Or like when you try to talk to me over and over again and try to like reopen that door, I will do my damnedest to make sure that you feel stupid every time you talk to me. Yeah, I will do that. But overall, I feel like I'm a really easy person to get along with because my default is to be nice. So I feel like I'm an easy person to get along with.
You was kind of mean when I first met you, so I don't know about that. You had no reason to be mean to me. No.
You're right. You caught me at a very bad spot. You caught me at a really bad. Justin caught me when I was arguing with a boy that I wanted to still be in a relationship, and I was wondering why he wasn't texting me. And y'all know that panic that you feel like, if he not texting me, I know he texting his side bitch. Like I know he's texting his side bitch, but like the whole time I was the side. Like,
huh? I mean, for your situation, probably.
No, he definitely wasn't asleep. Yeah, no, he definitely wasn't. He was definitely cheating. And I feel like I knew that. And so that's why I kept texting him and he kept not texting me back. So whenever I met Justin for the first time, Justin was like, do you want some pizza? And I was like, no. And he was like, whoa, okay, bitch. Have you ever given up on someone but then gone back to them? Oh, yes. On multiple occasions. Now, I feel like I've told this story so many times and I feel like I hate talking about it. I'm going to give y'all just the quick little overview because I hate talking about it. It's a very important and pivotal part of my life, but I genuinely do not like talking about it. When I was in high school, I had a boyfriend. I had this boyfriend for literally like maybe a year, but I was 16 years old. So obviously it's like a very formative time in my life. And he would always tell me like, oh, like I can only see you at school. Dummy, right off the top. I can only text you at school. My phone doesn't work whenever I'm at home. Y'all, I was so down bad. I was so down bad. I was going to give this boy money to pay for Wi-Fi so that we could text, just so he could text another batch. That's insane. That's insane. And I'm so embarrassed to even be saying that. But yeah, so he cheated on me with somebody that was my friend at the time. Now I will say the mistake that I made in that relationship is that I was equally mad at her as I was with him. But like realistically, I mean, yes, she was my friend and she owed me like some degree of loyalty, but like realistically, he was my boyfriend and I should be more mad at him than I was at her. And that made us kind of like fall out, me and her and me and him. But anyway, we ended up breaking up obviously after that, which the breakup wasn't even my decision. It was his decision, which God, y'all, me in high school, I was so weak-minded, but it is what it is. Anyway, so yeah, we broke up, but then we got back together because he missed me. Obviously it crashed and burned. But then right after that, I met Justin and then he was like, who are you smiling at on the phone? Like, who got you smiling like that? You better not be texting no boys, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, yes, like I'm texting my friend. Because me and Justin were friends at the time, but like we were really good friends. And I was starting to notice that I was developing feelings for Justin. He was like, no, like I want you back. Like, don't date him. I want you back. And I was like, I ended up dating Justin. So that was the first one. The second one was... Let me read the question again. Let me read the question again. Have you ever given up on somebody but then gone back to them? I feel like, okay, this is lore. Am I gonna say this? Yeah. Okay. When my mom found out she was pregnant with me, my dad also meant to tell my mom that he was gonna be going to jail. But he didn't tell her that until like the day before he left to be imprisoned for, I don't even know how long he was gone. But I remember by the time I was like 4 or 5 years old, he was back, right? So anyway, he was kind of like, he was in my life and like very, very present in the beginning. But as I grew up and like needed him less, because like that's the point of growing up, he became very like on and get off again. So like whenever I went to college, he would get really upset with me when I didn't like call him, text him every day, you know, whatever, even though that wasn't a precedent that we had set before I left. And so I was just like, I'm in college and I'm pre-med and I have a lot of shit going on. Like, what? And he would kind of hit me with that, oh, well, like, I don't want to be your dad anymore. Okay. And like at first it really hurt my feelings. Was like, what the fuck is you talking about? Like, I'm literally just in school. Like, I'm not even doing nothing crazy. You act like I'm building a whole new family up here. Like, I'm literally just going to school. But he did not see it that way. And so he'd be like, I remember whenever you were in the 2nd grade and we built that spider monkey, or when you were in the 8th grade and we built the pyramids together. Like, I miss those days. Like, your mom never helped you with homework. I always helped you with homework. Like, no, you didn't. That's not true. Also, I'm not in the 2nd grade. I'm not in the 4th grade. I'm not in the 8th grade. Like, I'm 18 years old at the time. Like, what? And I was telling him, I was like, I don't need to be raised at this point. Like, I'm 18 years old. Like, you have to trust that, you know, the lessons, the values, the morals that you've instilled in me for the past 18 years are going to hold some water, and I'm going to go off to college and be a good person. So I don't need you to parent me in that way. He took that as saying like, oh, I don't want you to be my dad, death on you and your family. And so at that point, he just would quarterly send me messages like, hey, just reminding you, I don't want to be your dad anymore. But then he would follow that up with like, I miss you so much. And like, I hope you're doing amazing. And I'm so proud of you, and yada, yada, yada. And so like in that sense, like I would stop dealing with him, but then I would kind of accept him for who he is, which is a narcissist, and be like, you know what? Okay. And then I also had my grandma, God rest her soul, who was like, you know how your daddy is, like, you know, he crazy and blah, blah, blah. So I would kind of forgive him quarterly, mostly because of her, and because my mom would be like, you know, like, that's your daddy, you know, that's your dad. But I feel like my mom was just trying to be a good mom and try to like make sure that I always maintain some semblance of a relationship with my father, because truly, in my heart of hearts, I don't believe that he's a bad person. I just think he's a bad father. I think he's a bad partner. But I don't think he's a bad person. And as it stands right now, I haven't talked to him in a year, 2 years-ish. Because he said to me, he was like, I'll never be anything good without a man standing behind me. Sir, you've never owned a vehicle in your name. You've never lived on your own. You've always lived with someone else. Because you've never been able to get an apartment in your name. Like... So don't really understand what all that's about. And he also didn't support the fact that I was becoming a nurse. He equated me becoming a nurse with me becoming a nail tech, with me becoming a lash tech, which, jokes on you, they make hella money. I know my nail tech is paid for real. But he would always equate like those professions to like girls who weren't smart enough to go to college became nail techs. Girls who weren't smart enough to go to college like do something cosmetology related, which you have to go to cosmetology school to do that. But anyway, so he refused to tell my family that family that he saw more than I did, that I decided I wasn't going to do pre-med. I got accepted into nursing school. He'd always be like, oh no, you know, she's so crazy. She's going to school to be a doctor. Like, my daughter will be a doctor. Like, no, I actually won't. Or he would always tell me how disappointed he was that I've literally been 5'9" since the 4th grade. Like, I've literally been this height since I was 10 years old. And so, of course, like, when you're that tall, people are like, oh, she's going to play basketball. She's going to go pro. She's going to go pro. And he would have me outside for hours at the free throw line, like, making shots with my eyes closed. Or he'll make me, like, spin around and, like, shoot threes behind my back over and over and over and over again. And he would, like, take videos. He was like, yeah, like, I'm going to send this to somebody. Like, you're going to be something. And I feel like that is the reason that I hate basketball. I don't want to watch it. I don't want anything to do with basketball, because it's like he ran me into the ground too early. Now, realistically, was I cool as shit? Hell yeah. But like, he kind of ruined that. And I don't really feel like my purpose on this earth was to be a basketball player. I feel like I feel more myself as a nurse, if that makes sense. So to circumnavigate back to the point, he is one of those people that I forgave, but like now we're at a point of I just don't want to talk. And he's more than welcome to enter my life. More than welcome. That's kind of overselling it. He is welcome to enter my life, but it will not be as a parental figure. It will just be as like a basilar family member. But I feel like the privilege of father, you've lost that. Because when I graduated nursing school, you weren't there because you felt like I was making my graduation more about me than it was about you. Never said anything when I got married. Never said anything when I passed the NCLEX. Never said anything when I got a new house. Nothing. So it's like you've missed major key moments because you feel like my moments in my life make you feel small, and that, you know, whenever I passed the NCLEX, I should have texted you and you felt like I was making it all about me. I don't have time for that. I don't have time for that. Like, I'm literally exhausted mentally even just thinking about that. So yeah, we don't talk, and we probably won't ever talk again. But for the sake of my mother and my grandmother, may she rest in peace, I leave that door open just a crack. But the moment he pisses me off, I will slam it again. If you were sick, would that person take care of you? If we're talking about my dad, fuck no. Because he probably feel like me being sick is making it about me and not about him. But who are some people I think would take care of me if I was sick? Justin, obviously. Any of my immediate family members, the ones that are going to Disney with us. I feel like Nye would take care of me. Hannah, Zaria, BG. Like, I feel like all of my friends would take care of me, and they're nurses. So I feel like I'll be in good hands. That's the easy question. Who is on your mind right now? I've been thinking about my sister a lot because I haven't talked to her very much, but my sister is one of those people that, like, we don't have to talk every day and we're still going to be super close. When we were growing up, we were not close at all. But, like, it wasn't until I was about to leave for college that I was like, wait, you're actually kind of fucking cool. Just a little bit. Like, whenever I left for school, oh, she cried and cried and cried and cried. Like, it was literally the saddest thing ever. But I've been thinking about her a lot just because I know she's busy. Like, she's in college. She's about to go into, what is that school called? Like, once you graduate, what is it called when you graduate? She's going to get her master's, whatever that's called. And then she's like over orientation. It's summertime. Like, I know she's super busy, and she just got a cat. Like, she got a lot going on, but I do miss her, and I think about her pretty often. Who was the last person you had a deep conversation with? I feel like Justin. What deep conversation?
Define like deep, like how?
Justin and I had a conversation yesterday where we were talking about just like kids, and like sometimes he doesn't think I think. Sometimes I think like, oh, like a kid would be so cool, and like being able to show our kid like all the stuff that we're doing, and then go back and like do all those same cool things and like take all these amazing trips with our kids. But then it's like when you really think about it, like, and this is just for us. Like, I'm not speaking for everybody. This is just for us. But it's like, for example, this morning, Justin and I went to the gym together. We would not have been able to do that. Like, one of us would have had to stay home with the baby while the other went to the gym, and then we would have to come home and flip-flop. That sounds exhausting. Just like not being able to do what you want to do whenever you want to do it, and like having that freedom to just like get up and do. I just don't think that's something that we want. And also it's like, I would love to have the moment where like I bring my entire family together and be like, oh my gosh, like look what we did. Like we did this thing. But it's like, I would just rather get another degree and bring our families together that way than to do it with a baby. And it's like, obviously I would love to see my mom become a grandma, my brother and my sister become aunts and uncles. Like, I would love to do that. But it's like, at that point, am I doing it because I want that for them? Like, you don't have a baby for somebody else. Like, if you're going to have a baby, you need to have a baby because that's what you want to do. You don't do it because somebody else wants you to or anything like that. So, yeah, I guess I can never say never, but I feel like as of right now, kids are just like not on our radar. But yeah, I think that was the last deep conversation I had, and it was with Justin. What does your most recent text say? Oh no. Let's see. My last text said the bitch must be the daddy. I will not be elaborating further. Next question, please. That's actually insane. Is there a hot topic that you feel strongly about? I feel like there's a lot of them. Okay, it's not a hot topic, but it's something that I do feel very strongly about. When it comes to healthcare, I don't understand why doctors think that it is so cool to be mean to nurses. Like, I genuinely do not understand that. Because, like, it's like some doctors act like they came out of the womb and they were already MD. They were already MD. Like, they never were, you know, undergrad. They were never a med student, first year resident, fellow. Like, they were never any of that. Like, they were always just smart as a whip and know everything. I hate that. I hate that. And I also hate when doctors think that it's okay to try to demean nurses in front of their patients. Because news flash, let me tell you something. If you're a doctor and you try to demean your nurse in front of your patient, when that door closes, that patient is going to say to that nurse something along the lines of, I did not know that they were that rude. If I had known that they were that rude, I would have never chosen them as my provider. Trust, this is the last time I'll be using them if that's how they speak to their nurses. That has happened so many times. So many times. Like, y'all think y'all look so cool by being mean to nurses and talking shit about nurses. Like, you actually look dumb. You actually look dumb. And understand that if you piss off your nurse, you finish. And it's like, doctors think that they're the boss of nurses. No, you don't sign their paychecks. You don't sign their paychecks. Y'all are literally just coworkers. So you being mean, being nasty, being fake nice, and then like going behind their back and talking about them like a dog. This is not high school. And I feel like that's a problem. Like, a lot of doctors like peaked in like high school or like early middle school, or even worse, I'm gonna take it one further. They were so heavily bullied during all of those formative years that when they become a doctor, they feel like they top dog and now they have to shit on everybody else. No, that's not how that works. And when I'm at work, I'm a very strong personality. I'm a very strong cup of coffee. Like, you're not gonna just walk over me. I used to be very nice and sweet and, yes and yes and yes and yes and yes, please, of course. Not anymore. Not anymore. And it's like, for some people, you got to show them your claws a little bit. You got to show them like, no, you're not going to step over me. You're not just going to walk over me and just treat me however you want to treat me. I am not your subordinate. Like, we are coworkers. You need me just like I need you. We're here with it, not here with it. And so I've had to, have those tough conversations. Like, you will not be disrespectful to me. Just like I will not be disrespectful to you, you will not be disrespectful to me. If you cannot talk to me in a respectful manner, you will not talk to me. And it's like, that's so controversial. And I don't understand why. I don't get that. I don't get that. It pisses me off. And I can sit here and talk for hours about that. I'm not going to. But that's something that I feel very, very strongly about. Do you like big crowds of people? No. Because when I'm in big crowds of people, I think about Astroworld, and I think about germs, and I think about like saliva, and people don't bathe. No, I don't like big crowds. Will I put myself in a situation where I'm in big crowds? Yes. Like, we're going to see Beyonce in like 2 weeks, but we have pit seats, or technically they're not even seats because there are no seats down there. But it's like, it'll be a crowd, but like, at least we can space out if we need to. I'm not somebody that's afraid of crowds, but if I don't have to be in a big crowd, then I won't. Do you believe in luck or miracles? I feel like maybe. The only reason I want to say yes, as far as like somebody being lucky, like Justin is a very lucky person. Like, he's an extremely lucky person. Like, I don't understand why he doesn't go to the casino more, because I feel like he would hit the jackpot like literally every single time. Like, it's just like he's just walking on grace. Like, all the brush has been cleared and he's just living life on easy mode. Justin, what's your trauma?
I don't really know.
Exactly. Next question. But yeah, like, whenever we go to arcades, like, he always hits the bullseye, the little fish game that go up and down.
A little skill. What you talking about?
No, it don't.
You think I just?
It's literally a game of chance.
La-di-di-la-di-da.
Any game I try to play with, even if it's fucking Uno, I can't even win Uno against Justin. If it's the card game, if it's the crazy 8, if it's 8 ball, like the 8 ball will literally ricochet off the screen, hit me in the forehead, and then go in the pocket. Like, I don't understand. Like, he's very lucky. Do I believe in miracles? I feel like that's a bigger topic, but I want to say no, but I feel like that makes me sound like really cynical and like makes it seem like I don't believe in God, because I do. But I feel like people are put in different positions to bless you in a different way. I don't necessarily feel like it's a miracle, because miracles make it seem like, oh, like it's magic, it's happenstance, it's this, it's that. Like, no, like, everything was ordered in a certain way to give you the outcome that you got. Does that make sense? What good thing happened this summer? We took a vacation. We went to Cabo. Oh, I got moved up in scheduling groups at work. So instead of being in group C and like being one of the last people to put my schedule in, I moved up a group to group B. So now I'm like one of the first people to put my schedule in. I found a date for all of my friends to come over to the house and have a pool party. So that's been great. I've been reading more. I recently got introduced to Kennedy Ryan books and I absolutely love them. And I discovered the world of audiobooks. So I have been absolutely loving that. Do you think there's life on other planets? Absolutely. Absolutely. Like in the beginning, I didn't really think that like there was a possibility for there to be life, any form of life on other planets. But like now that I know more about like science and space, like there's no possible way that Earth is the only planet that can sustain life. Like I do not believe that. Like you mean to tell me that there are thousands and thousands and thousands of galaxies and Earth is the only one that is perfectly placed that can sustain life? Absolutely not. Do you like bubble baths? No, yeast infection. Next. Do you like your neighbors? This is a messy question. This messy.
I never haven't done anything to us.
No. Our neighbors this way, I don't have a problem with them. They're very like keep to themselves, you know, whatever. Our neighbors the other way, when they first moved in, it was a little bumpy. It was a little bumpy, but I feel like we're cool now. Like we love their dog. Their dog is so cool. Their dog loves our dog. We love their dog. Like it's cool. We don't hate them. We just had a rocky beginning with the ones this way. What are your bad habits? I have a really bad habit of talking down on myself that I need to stop doing because it has increased a lot in the recent weeks, even in the recent days. And I will just like talk myself down to literally a microscopic piece of dust. And I need to stop doing that because it's not healthy and it's not nice. And like talking down on myself doesn't fix anything. So it's like, what's the point in even doing that? See, I'm self-aware a little bit.
Just stop doing it.
Where would you like to travel? If I could close my eyes and I could go anywhere right now, I would probably go to Capri, Italy, because it is gorgeous. And I just saw one of my mutuals on TikTok and Instagram. She's there because she's having her honeymoon right now. But Justin and I are really excited about going to Tokyo at the end of this year. And like, I'm so excited to like go to a Tokyo 7-Eleven. Like that is bucket list. Do you have trust issues? I don't think I have trust issues, but I don't trust people freely. Like if I just meet you, I'm not going to automatically trust everything you say. I feel like trust is earned, but I don't feel like I have a hard time trusting people, if that makes sense. What is your favorite part of your daily routine? I guess my favorite part of my daily routine is after I'm like freshly showered, teeth brushed, retainer in, I'm already tired, I got me a little drink on the nightstand, I roll over and Justin scratches my back. I look forward to that every single day. That is the absolute best part.
I don't have an issue scratching your back.
I don't like when you say I don't have an issue. I want you to say, yes, I cannot wait to scratch your back every day.
That's not something I'm waiting on to do. So no, I don't have an issue scratching your back. I'm not going to lie to you and be like, yeah, it's the best thing ever.
Because it is.
It's not.
It is.
It's, I'm glad you enjoy it. And I don't have a problem making you happy. But it's not something like, oh man, I can't wait to get in the bed to scratch your back. It's not something I'm just
bruh,
super keen on.
Shut up, listen. What do you do when you wake up? First thing I do when I wake up is probably the last thing I should do when I wake up is I check my phone. I don't know why I feel like it's an anxiety thing. Like I need to make sure like nobody texted me or like needed me or like nobody's been trying to get in contact with me or girl, my ringer is off. Do not disturb is constantly on. My phone always in sleep mode. Like I don't know why I'd be like, oh my god, like what if somebody texts me? Because literally how can you get through? But they do have that little feature where you can put like your favorites and like they can always get through no matter what. So yeah, but that's the first thing I do. I check my phone. Who are you most comfortable around? Outside of like my family, I would say my friends like Naya, Hannah, Zari, BG, Julia, like all the people that I work with, Haley, Terica. Like I'm really fine with all those people, like really comfortable around all those people. And I feel like I don't have to put on a show or like be anybody that I don't want to be or like feed into anybody's preconceived notions about who I am and what I'm like. Do you ever want to get married? No. Is your hair long enough for a ponytail? Y'all making fucking jokes? I did recently just get a haircut and I feel like my haircut makes my face look super round, and it makes my face look really chubby. But yes, it can go in a ponytail. Don't be messy. Which of your favorite celebrities would you like to meet in real life? I feel like Megan Thee Stallion. I would love to meet her in person because I feel like she's the exact same. Like the same way she is in her TikTok vlogs is the same way that she is in person. I would assume. I don't know. But she was on Love Island and I'm like, oh my gosh, like this is exactly what I pictured her to be like. So I would love to meet Megan Thee Stallion. Do you play any sports? No, I've never played sports. I really wanted to play soccer whenever I was in elementary school, but you know, single mom things, we couldn't afford for me to do soccer. But my siblings played a lot of sports growing up. They did volleyball. Well, my sister did volleyball. She ended up not liking it, so she didn't play anything after that. But my brother did baseball, basketball, track, and I think right now he's in football. Would you rather live without a TV or music? Ooh, music. I need TV. Like I need reality TV constantly in my life. Because realistically, I don't listen to music that often. Like if I'm in the car, I'm listening to an audiobook or I'm listening to a podcast. If I'm at home, I'm listening to an audiobook or a podcast. Like, that's literally all that I listen. That's the only reason I really have Spotify is to listen to audiobooks and podcasts. That's literally it. But I was gonna say, I guess I listen to music in the gym, but no, even in the gym, I'm still listening to an audiobook or a podcast. Have you ever liked someone / wanted to be their friend but never told them? I feel like when I was in middle school, I always wanted to be friends with the popular kids, but I never like verbally said it. So I wasn't. But I guess in my adult life, no, that's never happened. Because I feel like I make friends best by like forced proximity. Like that is the trope of my life, forced proximity. Like Justin and I did not like him. But it's like as soon as I told the universe, I don't like this man, I wish I would never see him again. We worked every single birthday party together for a number of weeks. So we spent so much time together that we ended up liking each other. Like even my friends at work, like I didn't start off not liking them, but like we became friends because it's forced close proximity constantly for 12 hours a day, 3 days a week. So I feel like, yeah, I feel like that's never happened to me. I mean, in my adult life anyway. What do you say during awkward silences? I don't know. I feel like sometimes it depends on who it's with. I will try to fill the void with like random conversation or like ask like, oh my gosh, have y'all seen that TikTok where it's like blah, 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 blah. But mostly I'm usually good with awkward silence. Like I'm kind of okay with that. Do you think age matters in relationships and friendships? Yes. Yes. A 34-year-old has no reason being married to an 18-year-old. No. But they always say like, oh, well, like when he's 80, I'll be 60, or when he's 115, I'll be 100. So who cares? But it's like, it's even more unsettling whenever they are like, oh, this was me in 1998 and it was like them in a carrier and then their now husband was a college graduate. Like, are we not seeing a problem with that? It's just, it's a little strange. Now like a small age gap, like, you know, 3-5 years, anything less than 10 years. Okay. But it depends on the age. It depends on the age that you are whenever you get together. But like you telling me that you're now dating your childhood babysitter is strange. It's strange because why? They were 20 years old when you were born. Why are you dating them? Well, I don't know. As far as friendships, do I think it matters? I feel like there can be a bigger gap in friendships because like I'm friends with people that are 10 years older than me, 15 years older than me. Like, and it doesn't pose a problem. I feel like it's important to have friends, at least for me, that are older than me because they're showing me the ropes. And they're like telling me like, hey Jay, I made these mistakes, so like you don't have to make these same mistakes. And they're just like so much more knowledgeable about life that I appreciate it. What's your favorite stores to shop at? Ulta and Best Buy? Absolutely. Absolutely. Those are my 2 favorite stores in the entire world. But yeah, Ulta for like, cause I needed a tripod. Remember I said that?
You did.
Yeah.
A new TV.
We don't need a new TV. Justin's been trying to get a new TV forever. We literally do not need a TV. What will we need a TV for?
To watch.
Where?
In the room.
We don't watch TV in the room. And you don't like watching TV in the bed because you fall asleep.
You make valid points.
Exactly. We don't need a TV.
You also said you want TV because the TV old.
I mean, it is old. Okay. But I don't watch TV. I literally watch TV on my laptop.
Let's get rid of the TV then.
No.
Why?
Because rooms need TVs.
Why? You're not going to watch it.
No.
So it's just decoration?
Also, that's like so super mounted to the wall. Like, that would be so inconvenient to just take it down for no reason. Just to prove a point? No. So, yeah. Ulta and Best Buy. What do you want to do after high school? After high school, I wanted to go to college and be an OBGYN. What did I end up doing? I went to college and I became a nurse. Do you believe everyone deserves a second chance?
No.
It depends. I feel like it really depends on the person, and it depends on the situation. Now, if Justin and I are married and Justin has an affair and he comes back to me and asks me for a second chance, I'm gonna say fuck you. There is no second chance. If you're being extremely quiet, what does it mean? Nothing usually, because that is my baseline. If I'm being extremely quiet, it's because I'm in my head, I'm thinking about something, which is usually what it is 99% of the time. Yeah, or I may be like extremely overstimulated, or I may be really fucking angry, and I may be trying to like hold it in before I take it there. So it can really mean a wide variety of things. Do you smile at strangers? Yes. I don't know if that's just because I'm Southern, but yes, I do smile at strangers. I feel like that's a Southern thing to do, so I feel like that's not weird. Trip to outer space or the bottom of the sea? Outer space, please, please, please. I literally am so deeply afraid of the ocean. Something new that I realized that I don't like is like submerged large items in the ocean. It makes me panic. It makes me want to sweat. I don't like it. I don't like it. Or like whenever we were in Turks and Caicos, we didn't know that we were like, oh, la da 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 da, like swimming in the backyard of our Airbnb, and there was like a 700-foot drop off that we had no idea about. The amount of things that could have came up and ate us is overwhelming. Like the ocean is a very scary place. So I would rather just take my chances and go to outer space than to be the bottom of the sea. No, that Do you want a roommate? I have had some of the worst roommates in history. I had my first roommate in college. I almost said her name. I'm not going to. Well, no, I'm gonna say her name. Carly was my roommate whenever I was a freshman in college. And she ended up leaving college early because she would always put her laundry basket right in front of my door, to the point that it would block my door, because we had like separate dorms, like separate bedrooms inside of one dorm, but our rooms were like cata-cornered next to each other. And so she'd always sit her laundry basket in front of my room, and I would always move it back in front of her door, because like, why is your laundry basket in front of my room door? And she would always move it back. And then one day she confronted me. She was like, why do you keep moving my laundry basket? And I was like, because it's in front of my door. Why is it in front of my door? And she's like, because you're supposed to be doing my laundry. And I was like, why would I be doing your laundry? And it's because she thought I was the help. So that was my very first experience. Like, yes, Roll Tide to that. That was fantastic, actually. And then after that, I had another roommate who would pee in the floor. So that was fantastic. And then my roommate after that, I think I was able to no. Yeah, my roommate after that, she did not bathe or wash her hands or use soap or toilet paper. And this was in 2020, when there was a literal global pandemic. She was not washing her hands. She was not washing her ass. So that was fantastic. So to say that our dorm smelled like shat all of the time is honestly an understatement. And one time I lit a candle because I was just so sick of it smelling so bad. And like, also I was RA, so like, who the fuck gonna check me? And she went into my room with her stank ass. She literally looked like that stinky kid from Charlie Brown. Like, she was giving that. And she went into my room and she blew out my candle. And at first I thought it was a draft, because I left out of my room and I went back and my candle was blown out. So I was like, oh, like maybe it's a draft or something. So I relit it. I walked out. And I went back in and she was standing in the middle of my room, and I was like, what the fuck are you doing? And she was like, oh, I don't know how I got here. And I was like, get out, and literally never return. And I saw her, bitch. I connected the dots that she was blowing out my candle. So I was like, don't ever do that. And she's like, you're not allowed to have candles. And I was like, well, I wouldn't have a candle if you would actually bathe, because you stink. And so she ended up telling the director of the RA people that I was bullying her. And I told her that she smells bad because she hadn't taken a bath in 9 months. And apparently that was too much for them. I was going to have to go to anger management. They was going to launch an investigation and blah, 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 blah. Yeah, she also tried to say that I beat her up on a day that I literally was not in Tuscaloosa. I was literally in Mobile renewing my driver's license. So yeah, it was a whole thing. yeah, those were all of my roommates. So would I ever do it again? No. They were literally horrible. Thank God I'm married, because that would have been horrible. What are you paranoid about? Something that I try not to think about is like, I feel like one of the reasons that I check my phone first thing in the morning, because I'm always worried that someone is dead, or it's like I have to check my family members' locations over and over and over again before I go to sleep to make sure that they're not someplace that is unfamiliar to me. And if they are somewhere that's unfamiliar to me, I have to text them and check on them, because I get so worried that somebody's gonna die, and I just hate that. I just hate it. What's the meanest thing someone ever said to you? In the 4th grade, I did have this arch nemesis. His name was Caleb, and we used to go back and forth at each other, like just tit for tat over and over again. And I'm pretty sure he said some pretty horrendous things to me, but I can't remember. But the first thing that I think of is when in the 5th grade, Ryan told me that I was pretty for a black girl, and that really struck a chord with me. I don't know why, but I've carried that through my entire life. Ryan then grew up to be a raging Trump supporter, so who's shocked by that? Also, when kids in elementary school would think that I was a substitute because I was so tall, why would you say that? As if we haven't been in class together for the past 9 months. Like, why would you think I was a substitute? Or when the substitutes would confuse me for another substitute, and they'd be like, oh, are you subbing this class? No, bitch, I'm in the class. I'm 8. Like, what? Oh my gosh, y'all, that used to be so embarrassing. So freaking embarrassing. Do you know somebody named... When I was in kindergarten... Like, you know how they have... Shut up. You know how they have, like, those, like, fire poles that you can slide down? He took something from me and said, like, oh, girls can't have that in class one time. And so I waited until he got to the very top of the fire pole, right before he was about to, like, latch onto it, and I pushed him.
That's what he walked away, he did.
No! He doesn't walk funny. Don't say that. He doesn't. Right? Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
I went to school with the man.
I was 5 years old. I was standing up for the girls.
No,
okay, I was about to say, I didn't, because I went to middle school with him. I was like, I don't remember him walking funny. That's what you get. Don't ever talk about girls like that in front of me. What's the nicest thing someone ever said to me? I think whenever y'all say like, oh my gosh, like I've been waiting all day for this. Like I'm so excited to see you post. I refresh your page over and over again waiting for you to post. I feel like that's really nice. Or whenever patients tell me that I'm the nicest nurse they've ever had and they're so happy that I had them as patients, that also makes me feel really good. Have you ever done something that you hope no one finds out about? When I was 7, I had this friend that lived across the street from us. Her name was KK. And she had some kind of like Nintendo DS system. I don't think it was a DS, but some kind of Nintendo system. And she had games. And I think I had one of the games before, like the gaming system too, or something like that. I ended up taking one of her games with me, and I did it on accident, but she thought I stole it. But I was like, no, like I didn't steal it. But then I went home and I saw that I had it in my bag, because we would like bring each other's like dolls to a house and you know, whatever. So I guess I put it in my bag one day. And I went home that day after she was like, you stole it, you stole it. I was like, I didn't steal it. But then I found it in my bag and I was like, oh shit. Like I did. I took it, but I didn't steal it. Does that make sense? So anyway, I brought it back and then she told her mom that I stole it. And then I got in trouble for it. But that's not something I hope nobody ever finds. I don't know. Like I'm such an open book. I can't think of anything that I've done that I hope no one finds out about. That's such a juicy question that I really wish that I had an answer, but I don't though. What language do you want to learn? I would love to be fluent in French and Spanish. Spanish will work in there. French, I have some footing in French, but I would love to be absolutely fluent in both of those. What are your big 3 fears? Open ocean, plane crash, snakes. What are 3 things that I love? My Kindle, my vlog camera, Love Island. How tall are you? I'm 5'9". People will be like, when I say I'm 5'9", people are like, you're tall? Quite. Not as tall as I like to be, but I feel like I'm pretty tall. What do you miss? I miss and this is gonna sound bad, but like I miss the 2020 vibes of TikTok. Like I feel like that was so peak. Everybody's humor was so next level. Like the music was so good. The content people were pushing out was so good. Like it was literally phenomenal and fantastic. Outside of the fact that we were in a global pandemic. Outside of that little blip, everything was fantastic. But I do miss that. I'm just a loser. Couldn't be with that. Like, that song is so, it just takes me back. What time were you born? 9:45 p.m. on a Wednesday. What's your favorite quote? I actually have it tattooed on me. It says, every moment led to this one. And it kind of helps me, like, whenever I'm feeling like overstimulated, like, why are all of these things happening the way that they're happening? It helps and kind of makes me feel better if I think, like, every single moment in your life has led to you being at this exact place at this exact time to get all of the good things that life has to offer you. So it makes me feel a little bit better when I think about it that way. Do you use sarcasm? Yes. Y'all literally heard me use it. Like, recently, whenever something catastrophic, or like not even catastrophic, but like whenever something bad happens, I'm like, no, that's fantastic. No, that's exactly what I wanted to happen. So I can be quite sarcastic if given the opportunity to be. What are you listening to right now? Right now on Spotify, I'm listening to Morbid, a true crime podcast. And I'm listening to their listener tale because I already listened to like the regular episode for this week. So that's what I'm listening to. What's the first thing you notice about a new person? Their eyes. And then after their eyes is their teeth. I don't know why. Eyes just always like, I kind of zone into that. What's your shoe size? Like a 9. I feel like I get all my shoe sizes in a 9. What's your favorite style of clothing? Athleisure or pajamas? Like, I don't even own a pair of jeans because I don't dress up to go anywhere. Like, I'm either wearing workout clothes or I'm wearing pajamas. That's it. Have you ever played a prank on someone? Yes. And it has been in my adult life. There was somebody that was really annoying me, and they were just like very too deep into my business when I was talking to somebody that wasn't them. And so I started to gaslight them quite badly. I was like, you don't remember when, so-and-so happened over there? And she was like, no, I don't. I was like, how do you not remember that? Like, we were all here. I was here. This person was here. That person was here. That person was here. Like, how do you not remember that? And they were like, oh, no, yeah, I do. No, I know what you're talking about. I do remember. And all of us were laughing because it was a story that I had literally made up. And they knew that I had made it up. So they're like, oh, yeah, like, no, I remember that. So I guess if you consider that a prank, then yes. What's the meaning of your username? My username is my first name and my middle name. So it's just Janelle Lene. Or like, I guess my screen name is Nurse J, because I'm a nurse. My name is Jay. It's nothing philosophical. What's your favorite movie? Tarzan or How the Grinch Stole Christmas live action, or A Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes? Is that what it's called? What's your favorite song? Okay, right now it's gonna be Angels Like You by Miley Cyrus, Sweet Honey Bunkin' by Beyonce and Shabuzi, Residuals by Chris Brown, and there's one more. Oh, and One Step Forward, Three Steps Back by Olivia Rodrigo. Those are some of my favorite songs right now. How are you feeling right now? I feel okay. I feel like my period is about to come on, so I'm a little like, what's gonna happen? Because it's always like that. As soon as I get motivated to like go to the gym and like redo my entire life, my period comes on. It's like, yeah, no, what? But we're gonna try to work through it, stay on top of it. How's your relationship with your parents? My relationship with my mom is stellar, fantastic. Like, we butt heads a lot whenever I was growing up, just because I could not see things from her point of view. Like, I could not. But it's like, after I grew up and she kind of like let me in on like what was going on behind the scenes, I was like, oh my God, girl, I am literally so sorry. Like, no, I get it. Like, I get it. And I'm so sorry. But my mom is my best friend. Like, I love her so dearly. I know that she would do anything for me. She always has my best interest in heart. And I would honestly do anything for her. Like, she is an amazing mother. She's a fantastic mother. She has overcome so many obstacles to be able to give us the amazing childhood that we had. And I'm really, really grateful to her. I'm really grateful for that. What's your favorite holiday? Y'all, I love Halloween. I love Halloween more than I love Christmas. I love decorating for Christmas, but like, as far as holidays, like, I freaking love Halloween. And last year, it was our first time like living in this neighborhood, and it's the kind of neighborhood where people are giving out like the king size, whatever. But I had to work on Halloween last year, and so I missed it. When I tell you, people were coming to our neighborhood in droves to get Halloween candy. Justin was like literally 5 minutes into the candy being that he was like, we have been robbed. We have been robbed and robbed and robbed. Like there's no candy left, no candy left. And I'm like, what are you talking about? We bought a ridiculous amount of candy. He was like, it's gone. Check the security footage, it's gone. So I check it. There are mass mobs in the neighborhood, mass mobs in front of our house. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So next Halloween, we're gonna do a big. As far as like candy. As far as decorating for Halloween pissed me off because we worked so hard decorating for Halloween and then we didn't even fucking win. We didn't win the neighborhood Halloween decorating contest. So it just cut the show. Cut the show. But yeah, I love Halloween. Halloween is fantastic. Do you want any tattoos or piercings? I had my second hole pierced in my ears, but it started bleeding and so I got scared and so I took it out. It wasn't infected. It was just like crusty. So I definitely want to get those re-pierced again. As far as tattoos, do I want any more? Nah. What was the last book you read? Let's go over to Goodreads and see what the last book I read was. The last book that I read is This Can Be Us by Kennedy Ryan. 5 stars. 5 freaking stars. That book was so good. It had emotion. It had drama. Made me cry a little bit. Like it literally had everything and I loved it. That book will always hold a very special place in my heart. How long does it take you to get ready in the morning? Like an hour? Like an hour. Because that includes like me showering and doing my skincare, fixing my hair, putting my clothes on. And if I'm going to work, I gotta pack my lunch. I gotta make my coffee. So maybe like an hour and a half. Maybe like an hour and a half. You agree with that, Justin?
Yeah.
Yeah, by an hour and a half. Do you like loud music or soft music? It depends on what kind of mood I'm in. If I'm trying to like be relaxed, soft music. But if I'm going into work, piano freestyle by Megan Thee Stallion. What advice would you tell your 10-year younger self? I would say you're not ugly. You just go to a school with all white people. Yeah, it's really like that. You're not ugly. You just only go to school with white people. If someone gave you $100, what would you spend it on? A tripod, or I would probably convert it into a gift card for 7 Brew. And I would just use it as a 7 Brew gift card. When is a good time to keep a secret? All the time. What? Tell us about a great date that you have. I feel like the best date ever was whenever Justin proposed, because we were at the beach and I was trying to find seashells and it was sunset and the weather was so nice and it was just, everything about that moment was perfect. So I feel like that was probably the best date. And we got McDonald's right after that. It was fantastic. So yeah, it was great. What is one thing or activity that makes you feel alive? Whenever I do something super adventurous, like riding jet skis, going parasailing, when we were on the camels in Cabo, that is like so fun. Zip lining in Mexico, like all of that just makes me feel like, wow, the earth actually isn't that small. I just really need to get out more. What makes you feel appreciated? I feel appreciated when people tell me that like they're thankful for the things that I do. Like that makes me feel appreciated. Or just like small like gifts, like not big gifts. I don't like big gifts, but like small gifts. Like, oh, I was at 7 Brew and I saw you posted this drink on your story, so I got you one. Or, oh, I was already getting coffee and I know you love coffee from 7 Brew, so I got you one. Or, oh, I saw this shirt when I was in the store, it made me thank you, so I got it. Like little things like that make me feel very appreciated. But like mostly just telling me is pretty good. What has been your greatest accomplishment? Does that say this year? My greatest accomplishment this year has been not losing my shit. No, my greatest accomplishment this year. Oh, I had my first nurse delivery this year. So I delivered a baby by myself without the doctor in the room. And that's a pretty big accomplishment. It has since happened 4 times since then. I delivered a baby by myself again this week. So yay. What do you miss most about your last relationship? Not a damn thing. What do you wish you could spend more time on? I wish that I could spend more time reading, but it's like that's not even something that I have to wish for. I just need to get off that damn phone. You know what I mean? Like if I put that phone down, I'll definitely be able to read a little bit more. Who has been inspiring you lately? I'm not gonna say her name because I don't think we're at a place. Like I like her and we're very cordial and we work together, but she recently started making videos. And I told her, I was like, you are going to be famous. Like I'm looking in your face and I'm telling you right now, you are going to be so, like you're going to be one of those people on TikTok that has millions and millions and millions of followers. And I can see that just by the way that your content is performing right now. Like she went from 200 followers to almost 3,000 followers in a span of a few weeks. And I'm talking about she getting likes, she getting comments, she getting shares, she getting reposts. Like her engagement is out of this world and her content is so interesting. She's so unapologetically herself and I absolutely love it. So she's definitely been inspiring me a lot. What do you envy from other people's relationships? Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing, because My mom always says, like, don't be jealous of what someone has because you don't know if you're willing to do what they did in order to get what they got. So I'm not a jealous person. I just don't wish for anyone else's life besides mine. My life is great. My marriage is actually literally great. And I wouldn't wish for anybody else's life. Tell us a memory or a secret that not many people know about. The first thing I think of is when I was little, maybe like, I'm gonna say like 4 years old. I used to spend a lot of time with my great grandparents, my nanny, and then my dad and his sister. They all lived in one house. So freaking many people. So I would sleep on the couch, and my nanny would also sleep on the couch. I'm not sure why, but she would. So I would always like wake up to the smell of Folgers coffee, like the red one. And that's how I knew that it was time to get up. And then when I got up, and this is such a blessing, like thinking back to it now, it would be like my great grandparents, my grandma, my dad, my aunt, my cousins, all sitting around the table watching the news in the morning. And that was just like it's such a comforting memory. And they would always get me like a small cup of coffee, which at 3-4 years old, I had no business drinking coffee, but they did. And yeah, I used to love coffee so much that they used to call me Little Old Joe, like a little cup of coffee. And then that nickname sprung into JoJo. So my dad's side of the family, some of them used to call me JoJo. And so that's why JoJo's name is JoJo. What has overwhelmed you recently? If I'm being transparent, paying for the Disney trip has overwhelmed me so much, and I don't know why. Like, we have been like working extra hours, picking up extra shifts, like doing all this stuff. And then today is finally the day that like everything is paid for. We don't have to worry about anything else. It is done. It is finished. Like, everything is good. Everything is fantastic. But that was definitely overwhelming me for a little bit because Disney is expensive. And then we're paying for 8 people to go to Disney World, and then 8 people to go to Volcano Bay. Like, that's a lot. And then having to pay for an Airbnb for 8 people, and then we're in a Sprinter van. Like, all of that adds up to a very nice little penny, but it's worth it. And I do not regret it. What are you looking forward to this week? I am looking forward to episode 20 of season 7 of Love Island, because what happened last week? What was all of that? The end scene? Please, I need to know what that means. I need to know what that means. Also, get Austin out of my villa. Get Ace out of my villa immediately. TJ, Austin, Ace, TJ, get them out of my face. I'm so literally sick of seeing them, and I hope tonight we have a triple elimination and it's only boys. And I hope it's Ace, Austin, and TJ. Please. What has made you cry or be upset recently? It's been a while since I cried. Oh, I'm lying. I just cried recently. I cried day before yesterday about the ending of Love Island last week. So yeah, that definitely made me so upset before I was gagged at the very, very end. Okay, guys, I feel like we have answered so many questions. I feel like y'all have gotten to know me a lot better than probably you did before you sat down to watch this video. But yeah, I feel like this was important just to kind of do a Q&A and kind of get to know me a little bit better, because I have literally never done a video like this. So I hope that y'all like it. Sorry, I'm also really worried that my period is about to start. I mean, if it does, I'm glad that we went to the store before I started filming and we got these Always Maxi Pad. These are so thick, they literally feel like diapers, but I have a heavy flow, so literally what are you gonna do? But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Be kind to yourself, be kind to others. I love you, and I will see you next week. What you say?
I was saying hi.
My hair's...
What you worried about when I say love?
Hey, don't get your head, bro. Whoa!
Why you worried about me and mine?
Why you open the door like that?
Why you worried about me and James Buffet?
I was just trying to see what you were saying.
Why you concerned with me and James Buffet? What you got going on?
I was trying to see what you were saying. That's all.
You always be in my dog's business.
Oh, I thought you were gonna kiss me.
I was going to.
You weren't.
How you gonna tell me what I was going to do?
Because I know you move. Oh, you move. My back already hurt.
Cause you old.
No, it just needs to be popped.
Cause you old, yeah. Oh, this is water. Spray jet. Go. Don't spray jet.
You don't like being sprayed.
I know. Don't spray jet. No.
You can't do it.
Yeah, run.
He fine. Anyway, so yeah, delivered that baby yesterday. It was cool. But I did put in first request. If you watched last week's vlog, I kind of went into like what first request is and like all that good stuff. Didn't I tell you this is the most perfect wash and go ever? I said that. Yeah, I was not trusting the process. Thank you.
She finally home for a change. She's not abandoning her family. I don't gotta watch the kids by myself. Although she was asleep for, God knows how long. So
you was in the bed with me, sleep. You was asleep with me.
I was.
I'm only telling one side of the story.
No, I told both sides. You was asleep.
No, you didn't also say that you were asleep.
I was gonna get to that.
No, you weren't.
I was.
No, you weren't. But yeah, I put in first request last night. And my friends were like, oh, Jay, you don't want to work with us?
No.
It's not that.
No, she do. It's not that.
Yeah, it's not that. Sometimes I just need to be at home. And this was one of them times.
This is the first time in a long time she's been at home.
Yeah, and I haven't been taking low census at all. Like, it's been months since I've taken it, so I only taken it. So I only worked one day I worked 2 days this week. I worked 2 instead of 3. But now it's a new week, so it's Sunday. So this week I only work Thursday, Friday.
Why you not using your pink champagne lotion?
Because sometimes it's too overwhelming if I use like the body wash and the lotion and the body spray and the perfume. Like,
Ain't that the point?
It's overwhelming. Like,
Ain't that the point?
To be overwhelming?
Ain't that the point?
No.
What you buy to not use it?
I don't want to be overwhelming.
That's the point. You bought it to smell good, didn't you?
I don't want...
I hear you.
No, you
but
don't. You don't hear me. That's the problem.
You're not hearing me.
Men shouldn't be heard.
Oh, okay.
Men should be seen, not heard.
Got it.
Oh my God! What?
You saw me do that. Right?
Why would you throw that in the scene?
You saw me do it, right?
Why would you throw it in the scene?
I couldn't tell you I was gonna do it. You wouldn't hear me, so I just did it.
Why would you throw my skincare in the scene?
You act like that was loose
No,
skincare.
No,
I don't have an explanation for it. You didn't want to hear it. I was gonna tell you I was gonna do that, but you said.
But why would you do that? That's unkind.
No.
That is unkind.
How?
You throwing my... That's just like if I just threw all your shit in the sink.
It would be the first time.
I've never done that.
How would I do?
I am getting so frustrated. See, I should have went to work. If this is how you're going to treat me when I take those...
You do is complain.
All you do is ruin my life and ruin my life and ruin my life. No.
All you do is complain, and criticize.
No.
Jesus Christ, ain't nothing happened to you.
You just threw my skincare in the sink.
Nothing even fell out of the sink, man.
You still did.
I can see if I just dumped it out in the drain. That's a different story. Nothing came out of this bottle. Even if I turn it upside down, nothing came out of this.
It don't matter.
Nothing came out of this. She didn't lose a drop.
It's the action that I have a problem with.
Not the words.
It's the intent. You had an intent to harm.
No, I didn't.
You did.
I didn't throw it at you. That's an intent to harm.
No. Getting on my nerves is harming me. Yes, it is. That's insane. But anyway, called out of work. I didn't call out of work. I got a little sensitive. Sorry. That makes it seem like I called in for the second time this week and I did not do that. But, also, my brother texted me, or he called me. He was like, what you doing? And I was like, nothing. And basically, he was like, he couldn't make phone calls. He was like, do you pay my phone bill or does mom do it? I was like, I do. Like, you're on me and Dustin's phone plan. And he was like, oh, like, I just tried to call one of my friends and I couldn't. And my phone was being weird whenever I left work today. And so I checked the T-Mobile app, which it's always on auto pay, but I guess T-Mobile turned off the auto pay whenever they, like, redid their terms and conditions and whatever the fuck. And they turned our phone service off. So we had to reinstate our phone service.
I don't know what you're talking about. My phone's working just fine.
That's insane because we're all on the same phone plan. So I don't know why Justin's phone still worked.
Yeah.
I don't know. Which is weird because when I reinitiated the auto pay and like it took the money out of whatever, before that I was still getting text messages because they texted me about low census.
Yeah, no, I was on the phone.
And you was making phone calls. I don't know what they meant by reinstating. I don't know. I don't know. Whatever. I don't care. Anyway, our phone is back on. So, yes, I started listening to a new audiobook. It's this one, and it's so messy. Like I'm not gonna tell like the whole premise of the book, but I will say this is like happens in the first chapter. Like her boyfriend got her sister pregnant, and now her niece is gonna be like the love child of her boyfriend and her sister.
But that's a big crucial part of the book.
It's literally the first page. No, I feel like if that's in the first chapter, I cannot even imagine what's gonna happen, because you don't give everything away in the first page, you know. So that's the book that I'm listening to. It's by Kennedy Ryan. And then I'm also reading this book. So I like to listen to audiobooks, and then I also like to read books.
You need to finish the book.
I don't like to read books that I do not like, so I won't be finishing that series.
Like, you read 4 of them, just finish the 5th.
Okay, I don't care. My lotion not working, Justin.
Cause you gotta switch the lotion in the
I don't have
bottle. Yes, you do. It's right there.
No, I need that.
Just switch the tops.
No, I need that.
Just switch the tops.
But then my body wash gonna be lotiony.
What? No, just wipe that off first, my love.
Don't do nothing nefarious while I'm in this compromised position. Because I know you.
What are you looking for?
I'm looking for where the EOS. You threw it away?
Oh.
Where's that?
It's literally right here.
No! The body wash.
Oh, it's gone. Use your body wash. You remember you try to, I take your stuff. You like, and now until you use your stuff, you like, so, yeah, what is it? Yeah. Yeah. You good, girl?
You like the way it smell on me?
Why you trying to wait for me? I can't smell it.
Because it's too overwhelming. Just smell it from where you at.
No, that's not. No, what? No, let me just smell your skin, you dummy.
Ah!
Yeah, smell nice.
Okay. This is what it's like to be married.
No, it's not.
We not married?
No, we are.
You stepping out on me?
I'm trying to step at the house so we can go eat.
Tell me where we go.
We're going to, well, first we're going to Pet Supply Plus.
No, we're not. You keep saying that. No, we're not.
We're going to TJ Maxx.
Yes, he keep calling TJ Maxx Pet Supply Plus. That's not the same thing.
It's the same thing.
It's not.
They sell dogs.
My hair looks so good. I want to FaceTime Julia just to show her.
What?
Because she did this. Well, she cut my hair.
You did this.
Yeah, I did this part.
Yeah. We're going to TJ Maxx to get them some more, to really get Jet some more dog toys, because he be bored.
Yeah.
He be bored. And like, he not bad, but if he get bored, he gonna start stealing shit. And that's not productive for anybody. Mainly me, but. And then we're going to Asian buffet again.
Even though we said we would never return.
I don't know what you was talking about. I'll go by myself if I need to.
He literally said that in the video that we would never return.
Oh, well, I like it.
We also need to find something to clean our walls with. They're just so dirty. Like, come here.
I can see.
Like,
Yeah.
that's gross. What do y'all clean y'all's walls with? You still got 4 days off? Oh, now we can do the pictures. You either want me to be home or you don't want me to be home.
No, just kidding. We need to do it anyway. A little bad.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm sorry, I'm so in love with my hair. Like, I keep looking at it in the camera. Mm-hmm. It literally looks so freaking good. Like, yeah.
That's cool. What's the significance?
It's called cloud.
Oh. That's that.
Get that blicking in this, blicking in this, blicking in this, blicking Get that blicky on them, blicky on them, blicky on them, blicky on them. You know how I feel. Oh, he wet. Blicky on them, blicky on them. Oh, sorry.